everybody, my name is Jennifer, and I got a lot of requests yesterday for me to show you how I did my hack using the Me and My Big Ideas or Happy Planner covers. And I used these two to put on my life planner. Actually, in the time since I woke up last night, I'm on vacation, so I also decided to play around, and I uncoiled it because I'm going to uncoil it and then coil it back together, because I also happened to find the home planning editions for the Create 365 or Me and My Big Ideas. This set was $9.99 at Hobby Lobby. I had a 40% off coupon, and there's no way I could pass it up because it's really cute. It has, I can show you here. It has like a whole meal planning section with fun quotes. On one side it has the days of the week, and then on the other side it has a shopping list, and then it has a house cleaning schedule, which I thought was really cool. A whole budget schedule, so that you can go through and set your budget for your month. And then finally the to-do lists, which are a huge thing for me. And I'll show you why. Right now I use my planner. I'll show you an example of how to use my planner. What I do is in each month I take one of these little cute sheets and I just tape them in with washi tape so that they come back up. But that way I can cross things off, and then when I'm done with this one it just peels off and I can stick a new one in. But the thought of having full-blown to-do list in my planner is a really cool thing. So basically, this is my basic planner. I'm going to try and find a good page. This is clearly my first video, so bear with me here. So basically the way I use my planner, pretty simple. I don't do a lot of stickers and stuff, but I do like to keep the gratitude stickers and the hydrate. I work in higher education, so I basically use the top just for my workouts each morning, and then my middle section is all color-coded by my meetings. So if it's a work meeting, it's pink. If it's a personal meeting, it's orange. If it's something with my family, it's green, and then reminders to me are yellow. And these are these great Avery peelable labels. So at any point I could just, actually I can show you better on my old planner here. At any point I could just peel them off and stick them until I need them again. And then my husband and I are doing Love Dare, so I have a little sticker for that. And then for my weekends, I always do one kind of exercise pick-me-up and one kind of blessing or God quote that I like. So this is kind of how I've been using it. I just started a couple months ago. I like it so far, but there's been a lot of things that hasn't really met my needs. I really like lists, like I said, so I've missed not having a to-do list. I also, since I bought it on sale, it had all the extra months that I knew that I didn't need. So that's why this morning I decided to kind of take the plunge and uncoil. And while I did get these covers, I was kind of getting a little bored of them actually, and part of it was because I was looking at everybody ordering their new planners. And I do have a new one coming, but I didn't want to get the 18-month because I figured I already have one that'll go till December, so I just got the one that starts in next January. So I wanted to change it up a little bit without dealing with buying a brand new planner cover from her and paying for shipping. And so when I came across these at Hobby Lobby, so they're such a good deal. First of all, they're really pretty. They've got the metallic accents. This one has a heart, and this one has a bunch of quotes and stuff on it. But as you may or may not know, the Create 365 brand uses the arc system, which doesn't really go well with this. So what I did last night, and got a lot of responses for people kind of following it to want to see how I did it, and I just kind of tried this on a whim, but I just basically took a page out of my planner. I ripped out a page I didn't need. I know, gasp. And then I took one of the ones that came in that $4.99 pack, actually with a coupon. I think it was down to almost just under $3. And I took that and I lined it. Actually, I know what I did. I took my cover off, my old cover off. I lined them up together. again, not good at these videos. And as you can see, they're a little bit bigger. So I figured, what the heck, it was so cheap, I'll just cut it and see what happens, thinking that maybe it was going to fall apart or the paper would split. But as it turns out, these Me and My Big Idea planners covers, they're actually really, really well done, so they don't seem to split. I have a little bit of splitting up here just from, let me see if I can get that in focus, just from playing around with it. But I also figured that I could always take a little bit of washi tape or something and go around the outside if I needed to. The other thought I had was actually taking this back to Staples, because I love the print so much, and just having Staples throw it through the laminator, only because I'm on vacation, so I don't have my laminator here. But so the way I did it last night, if you can see this at all, is I punched the holes, and then I slit each one so that it made a cover that went on and off. I will say I don't really like that method so much, because this is happening already after one day of opening and shutting it. So within 24 hours, I've kind of changed my tune on that a little bit. Instead, and that's part of why I uncoiled it. Instead, I just slipped my coil off, and I'm going to slip it back on. And to do these two, I'm actually going to do the same thing, but instead of cutting the slits in it, I'm just going to cut the holes and leave them the way they are, and then I'll put it back on my planner and coil the whole thing back up. So I think it's a really, really good alternative as a way to take a really cheap planner cover if you don't have a laminator, or you don't want to spend the money on the shipping for a new Erin Condren one, or if you just really like these cute designs, and make your own. So the other thing I will say is that I did another kind of planner hack, and I took, I think it's a Staples brand, a Pendle Flex type folder. They're made of like a plastic, and I did the same thing where I poked holes in it. I don't know if you can see this really well. Let me see if I can focus. I poked holes in it, and then I cut these little slits, and I've actually been using mine. Some of you have seen the pictures, but